Team
Crews on the way. We'll bring it to you as soon as we get it. Well, the Arizona Coyotes took some time today to help out a single mom battling breast cancer.
Yeah, this was great. The players teaming up with a nonprofit called Singleton Moms for the big surprise. Adina lives in East Mesa. She received, look at this, bag filled with things like groceries, toiletries, and school supplies. She says acts like this help to rebuild her hope.
Your greatest fear as a parent is not being there for your children. And mothers are there always for their children. And when they can't be there, that's where Singleton Moms steps in.
$1, 50% off.
To correspond with their gender identity could risk losing federal funding. Arizona and several other states call it federal overreach. New at 6, St. Mary's Food Bank says it really could use your help right now. As Anita Roman reports, summer demand is up while donations right now are down.
The heat is on, but donations are down. I'm Anita Roman. Coming up tonight, why one local food bank says this is the time of year when they need the most help. Employees at St. Mary's Food Bank are hard at work, pulling food off shelves. The problem is they're not restocking them.
As you can see, our shelves are really low. We're distributing more food now than we are at any time of the year.
Spokesperson for the food bank, Jerry Brown, says the reason is twofold. There are more mouths to feed. Kids are out of school for the summer, and donations are down. Many of those who give are out of town.
We're distributing more than 8,000 meals a day just to kids alone.
Here in Phoenix, where as many as 40 veterans died while waiting for care. In a new report, the panel is recommending replacing the 2-year-old choice program authorized by Congress. Instead, they want to propose a new community.
Since we got a lot of food into the warehouse from distribution.
Ever seen when you wake in the morning, I will see it home. And say it's you I've loved.
Enjoy a sausage McMuffin.
And share your images with us using the hashtag Fox10Phoenix.
Then came December.
December bill was
prices. This 4th, we're celebrating Serta's 85th anniversary with no interest for 85 months, plus free same-day delivery. Save up to $800 during the 4th of July Serta mattress sale at Sleep More, inside more furniture for less.
Let's go to Decision 2016 now. Hillary Clinton dominating the airwaves as we inch closer to November's general election.
According to new numbers from NBC News, Clinton and her supporters have outspent Donald Trump by 15-1. Team Clinton has shelled out $45 million on ads compared to just $3 million from Trump supporters. And most of that money is being spent in battleground states like Florida, New Hampshire, and Nevada. Trending tonight, a popular burger chain is expanding to Flagstaff.
Well, here in the Valley, I think it's pretty safe to say that we love going to In-N-Out, the fresh burgers and the animal-style fries. Extra crispy, right?
Double crispy.
I learned that. Yeah. I learned that trick from you. But as Joe Dana shows us, not everybody in Flagstaff is actually happy about this.
You know, we don't need In-N-Out.
We do love In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger is expanding in Arizona. The popular chain submitted a site plan to the city of Flagstaff and sent a letter to the mayor. The Southern California-based company wants to renovate a Pizza Hut south of Northern Arizona University, creating the first In-N-Out in Flagstaff. The idea not sitting well with some folks who are against the In-N-Out, saying they don't want Flagstaff to become like Phoenix.
This is the 3rd biggest city we have here in Arizona, and it's turning into a Phoenix. We don't want it to be a Phoenix. We want it to be Flagstaff.
The proposed site is near a McDonald's, Starbucks, Chili's, and Olive Garden, all chain restaurants. Some local restaurants like Mama Burger on the west side say they've seen other establishments go up in the last few years.
You know, for like a local business that's kind of up and
Pro is a team of over 150 attorneys and other legal professionals throughout Arizona who fight hard every day to get injured people the money they deserve.
I am Lerner and Rowe.
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 Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
On fire from El Pollo Loco's Fire Grill. I grilled the chicken for our 3-course family meal to golden brown perfection. I mean, check it out. High five! Oh, bad idea. Our 3-course family meal with bacon avocado salad is back. El Pollo Loco. Fresh from the grill. Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast with Christy Siefkin on Fox 10 News.
Christy, I was taking a peek over at your radar. I saw some action in the southern part of the state, so we all want to know what's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, well, obviously it was so dry yesterday, and I talked about it being dry the next few days, but there is a little bit of moisture out there, and that means we are
Wrong with that. That is right at normal with where we should be this time of year. Right now we're sitting at 106 degrees. There's that dew point at 52, so not quite at 55 or above like we would see during our kind of rich monsoon point. But again, it's higher than what we've seen here lately. We're seeing those dew points in the 60s even down to the south around Gila Bend. We're at 58 there in Tucson, 61 for Ajo. So it just shows a change in our atmosphere that some moisture is starting to surge back in. And we're seeing that in the form of thunderstorms today down in Cochise County. We had some activity between Sierra Vista and Benson. That's quickly dissipating there as it moves off to the northern parts of Mexico. But again, the next couple of days, we may see some of that moisture just kind of skirt the eastern and southeastern portions of Arizona. So we have a 2 on the monsoon meter for the next day or so. That means isolated in nature. Not everybody's going to get something, but you should be watching out for
coast, but that's not going to affect us right here in the valley. Instead, we're seeing that monsoon high pushed far to the south, and then that low just off the coast of California, keeping us from getting too moist right here in Arizona. We will see, though, a
temperatures, however, will be just a little bit below the normal tomorrow. We'll increase a little bit here over the weekend, and then into next week, we stay dry, sunny, temperatures near 110 there for Wednesday. That's a look at your weather forecast. Coop is
temperatures ranging anywhere from 103 in Surprise to 106 for Maricopa, 102 for Apache Junction, and 106 for Mesa. Now, the dew points show you just how dry we are, particularly in northwestern Arizona. We're seeing dew points in the 20s and 30s. Kingman, 34 right now. Window Rock at 30. Much
enough folks to make it onto the National League All-Star team next week in San Diego. But with the All-Star break comes rumors and more rumors concerning baseball's August 1st trading deadline. And given the fact
but we are seeing even more activity as we make our way into the southeast. Big picture, though, we're looking at our first large hurricane of the season. Blas, Category 3, but really shouldn't affect anyone since it's in the middle of the Pacific. For tonight, cooling to 84 Lake Havasu, 66 Sedona, and 56 into Window Rock. Triple digits close to 110 for Yuma, Lake Havasu, Bullhead City, and for Casa Grande. So tonight, we'll cool down into those 90s. In fact, in the early morning hours, we'll probably see mid-80s around 6 o'clock in the morning. Continuing into your lunch hour, we get back into those 90s and then eventually back into triple-digit territory. Clear skies out there tonight, and then your forecast as we look into the next several days. Still relatively dry for the valley, even drier as we make our way into the weekend, with those numbers creeping even closer to the 110-degree mark.
We check it on the D-backs. The boys have their rally caps on, kinda. The entire team behind Jake Lamb with a real-life lamb. Oh, boy. Some crazy stuff at the ballpark. Trust me. Please believe me. You got to see this stuff. Coming up right after the break.
Summertime is for fun.
But what activities can send your kids to the ER tomorrow?
I've just picked us up 2 breakfast.
Already reduced clearance prices. That's up to 75% off original prices. Shop a huge selection of clearance, including suits, sport coats, dress shirts, and more. Only at Joseph A. Bank.
Set the night on fire. This is winning like you've never imagined. It's blazing entertainment, sizzling nightlife, dining that simmers your senses, and the hottest 4-diamond hotel around. So what are you waiting for? Unleash your wild side. Wild Horse Pass Hotel and Casino, off the I-10 and Wild Horse Pass Boulevard.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the first professional cleaning service to be certified.
Anything we can do to help them, and everybody's being pretty creative, so it's fun.
D-backs and Padres tonight. All right, this is a pretty cool story to tell you about here. Shane Doan, over the course of his career, has taken thousands of pictures with kids. Most of the time, he never sees those kids again, but not this time. It's a picture we've seen hundreds of times before. Shane Doan with a young Coyote fan. But what if I told you the kid is now a Coyote?
At the time, I was just a huge fan of his.
Meet now 18-year-old Dean Stewart, the Coyotes' 7th-round draft pick. But once upon a time, a 10-year-old Dean found himself at a Coyotes practice while on vacation with his parents.
Got a few pucks I went over, and then obviously at the end I went down and I asked for Shane's autograph. I had a Coyotes jersey on, and he autographed it, and then that's when we took the picture.
A dream come true then and now for a kid from Manitoba, Canada.
Obviously, never would have expected, all these years later to come back and actually be a part of the organization is pretty surreal for me.
And maybe surreal for Doan, too. Stewart can't wait to show the captain the picture, much like he could not wait to show his friends 8 years ago.
Came home and told all my friends I'm going to meet an NHL player and go down and see the dressing room and got a stick. Obviously, that for a 10-year-old, I mean, you couldn't ask.
Sports with Richard Signs in HD.
When it comes to the MLB All-Star Game, we all knew Goldie, Paul Goldschmidt, was a lock to play in the big game. But Jake Lamb, he needs some help. His numbers are good enough, but his name, not a national name just yet. So his teammates, like Paul Goldschmidt, have his back. The entire team wearing a Vote Lamb t-shirt, and they also had signs. But that's not all. Why not bring a real-life lamb to the ballpark? Now that's what I call pulling out all the stops. This will get people's attention. Jake played along, and so did the lamb. It's not every day you get to see a lamb in a sombrero, and Goldie even started a Twitter account just so he could vote for Lamb. That's what good teammates do. They step up to the plate when they need help.
Yeah, I was semi-joking, but, it's funny for the rest of us to, have fun with Jake and the live lamb and all the different stuff. So, sure, Jake, obviously he's being a good sport going along with it, but it's a lot more funny when it's, or a lot funnier when it's not you. Encourage some people to vote for Jake. Definitely a deserving candidate for the All-Star game, but it is going to be short-lived. Once this weekend's over, I'm going back to my normal self.
More local stuff thanks to Michael Phelps. You ready for this? The Michael Phelps has qualified for a 5th Olympics. He's the first American male to ever do that. And the cool thing is he's been training at ASU in Tempe. The 30-year-old Phelps is already the most decorated Olympian of all time. But believe it or not, he'll take part in 3 different events in Rio. ASU and Team USA head coach Bob Bowman knows we are witnessing one of the best of all time with Michael Phelps.
I'm not sure in the history of many sports, there's been an athlete that has been at the top level of his sport for so long. It's going on 20 years now with him being basically in the very top of the sport. He went for 10 years where he broke a world record virtually. I think there was 1 year he skipped in the middle of it, but for a decade he broke world records every year. That is unheard of.
You kind of forget, that Michael Phelps is around here all the time. This is the guy that was doing the wall of distraction with his Speedos on. And
nice guy.
The best of all time.
By the way,
the best.
A very well-behaved lamb.
Yeah.
You let them put the sombrero on and everything.
Good sport. That's what you call a good sport.
TMZ is next. We're back at 9 and 10. Have a great night.
Fox 10 is always on Fox 10 Phoenix.
Darker color. That's furniture the way you want it.
Right now, get 30.
Muffin with egg. Only 2 for $3.33. Made with a... See Star Trek Beyond.